a founding member of CO, where we just spend all our days at the Atari shop talking politics and talking politics and talking politics. My very good friend. My very good friend. My good friend. Actually, Salon. Very committed young man. I'd like to recognize quickly my daddy, Dr. Kone, is a special advisor to the Senate Bureau of the Unity Party. That you recognize the presence of officials of the MPP here. I also like to recognize my sister, Representative-elect Priscilla Cooper. I recognize her. My old friend Doda Gad, my big brother Alexander Sua, all my good friends, my own political uncle. It was me. Let me now recognize quickly in our midst the presence of one of those persons that behind all these things we're doing. Who's a key member of the fundraising committee of the rescue mission, the political leader of the movement of One Liberia, my friend, my sister, Lila Madala Cooper. The rescue quick. Allow me to recognize the presence of my colleague vice chair, coordinator Atuba, Alfonso Belay, Emmanuel Barnes, and all party leaders. And now let me recognize the presence of the man who is leading the party, our hard-working chairman, Dr. Luther Tapper. And let me recognize quickly the arrival in the presence of our firebrand former national youth leader, no nonsense, talk up to me. It was Secretary of the Unity Party. Now, is that the child watching the hair cleans the eat with the kings? Let me now reduce my heart, wear the protocols, wear my portfolio, step a little way from the podium as I am about to recognize the presence of His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma. Thank you. Let me conclude by recognizing myself, Warwick Brian, as a national vice chair organization. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Comrade Brian. All of us are gathered here for a purpose. So, to give us an overview of that, will be Anthony Collinia Crab Topa, the National Vice Chair for Inter-Party and Neck Affairs.
Thank you, Comrade Barnes. His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Muma Boakai, incoming President of the Republic of Liberia. Mr. Chairman, Reverend Dr. Luther Tapper, Rescue Queen, Madam Magdala Cooper, other political leaders here present, all chairpersons previously recognized here present, all executive committee members of political parties present here today, all members and executives of groups of former representative or legislative candidates in the just ended 2023 presidential and legislative elections, partisans of the Unity Party, of the collaborating parties, of the Unity Party Alliance, our incoming collaborators who will be endorsing today, members of the Fourth Estate, one and all. Today is a remarkable day. It's the end of several weeks of negotiations that we have been carrying out with various political parties across Liberia. In my capacity as National Vice Chair for Inter-Party and National Elections Commissions Affairs, I I have been mandated by the chairman of the Unity Party, the standard bearer, the executive committee to lead the charge to engage various political parties and seek their endorsement for the runoff. It has been many days of talking and negotiations and back and forth, and it has resulted to today, where we have several political parties that will be endorsing here today, and several former candidates in the just ended legislative elections. Mr. Standard Bearer, Mr. Chairman of the Unity Party, all executives and chairpersons of other collaborating parties, the campaign management committee would like to present this program to you that we have named the Rescue Mission National Endorsement Day. This is the day that will have Liberians, leaders of Liberians, stakeholders from various sectors of our country coming on board this rescue train. We are going to ensure that we work as a team after their formal endorsements to make sure that this train hits the final destination, which is the presidency of Liberia. So all incoming collaborators, on behalf of the team that has led this process, I want to welcome you officially to a group that is more than a political party, more than a political movement, but a family moving together towards the progress of Liberia. We look forward to working with you in the interest of the Liberian people. We look forward to working with you to ensure that Liberia gets back on a path that brings dignity to our people and that relieves us of all of our sufferings that we currently face in Liberia. I want to thank you for coming, and let's have a wonderful time witnessing these endorsements. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anthony Colinia Kratoba, National Vice Chair for Inter-Party and NEC Affairs. Today is same as what National Endorsement Day. Right after today, we're going back into the communities to continue our mobilization. On Saturday will be the Green Tsunami. Then on Tuesday, we'll finally get the Buga Dancer of the presidency. So to begin with the endorsement statement, we'll now call on auxiliaries and executives of the Alternative National Congress to read their position statement. Not more than 2 minutes, please, because there are many of you here. And that will be done by Jonathan Dolake, former National Deputy Secretary General of the Alternative National Congress.
His Excellency Ambassador Joshua Gilman Boakai, Standard Bearer of the Unity Party, former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, and Liberia's next President. Fellow Liberians, executives of the Unity Party, our countrywide executives of the Alternative National Congress, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. November 14th is just 6 days from the runoff election for which the executives, youth, and auxiliaries of the Alternative National Congress have gathered here with a sense of urgency and utmost conviction with a call of to national duty as executive committee members, county chairpersons, district coordinators, youth and other organs of the Alternative National Congress to have a say in producing Liberia's next president, in whom we believe has the energy and zest more than the proclaimed youthful president to lead Liberia after January 2024. It is of no secret that rampant corruption, bad leadership, lack of opportunities for young people of Liberia, and the damage of the rule of law has been the order of the day for the past 6 years. Despite all of the negative odds confronting our beloved country, the executive, youth, and auxiliary of the Alternative National Congress have refused to give up. No matter what the despair, we have kept our fingers crossed, but we believe now is the time to make the decision for Liberia with our eyes on the prize we hope for. With the aforementioned challenges and pain the CDC government have imposed on Liberians over the last 6 years, we the executives, youth auxiliaries of the Alternative National Congress took weeks to reach the decision to cement ties with the opposition Unity Party during this run-off election in support of the presidential bid of His Excellency, our power, Liberia next President, Ambassador Joseph Yamabota. With that said, Ambassador Bota, we are once again giving you our voice of support as party, going out in the trenches to campaign to our people, not to be treated the way people of this country have been treated by the CDC government. Kindly take these, our recommendation, into serious consideration when you are finally seated in January of next year. 1. Corruption should be swept away from all our ministries and agencies for the interest of the common Liberian people. The rule of law having been totally damaged, which needs fixing. With the expertise of governance, a drastic action should be taken to stop a ritualistic and secret killing. The culture of impunity must stop. 3. Do you see the farm to market rules? What about the community rule? We know you love your children and therefore will seek the betterment for us. Lastly, youth empowerment, agriculture should be the order of the day with the experience we believe is achievable. We encourage all Liberians from the central north of Nimba Reserve, the home of our incoming Vice Senator, our Vice President, to the Wologisi Mountain, the beaches south of West Point, swimming through the Lake Piso and along the Atlantic Ocean. We urge all of you to come out on November 14 to vote the rescue mission to victory. We are pleased to introduce to you our next President and Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Yamabota, and Mr. John Marco, who is not here right now, to lead us after 2024 January. Our commitment in this process remains unflinching and unbending until victory is achieved. Let us keep working until this rescue dream is materialized. And may God bless us with the aforementioned. We hereby will affix our names and signature validating our sincerity. And permit me in a space of 1 minute for political reasons and for media purposes to state the names of those individuals, which is very cardinal. The names of those executives, auxiliary youth members who have declared support and county chair district coordinators are led by Mr. Jonathan Taya Dolaka, your humble brother, ex-official and former Deputy Secretary General who served for 12 years, never suspended, never removed, and maintained that position until he traveled. Rebel Latte Bento, Assistant Secretary General for Administration, former member of the team Cummings campaign team. James K. Momo, Vice Chair for Mobilization, Head of the CPP Data Center. Mr. Kaifa Janga Kone, CPP Kennedy District 2, Lofa County. Mr. Umaru Wa Sharif, Kennedy District number 3, Bomi County. Mr. Jesse Project Glebea, Vice Chair for Inter-Party Affairs National Indomitable Youth Congress. Madam Kebe F. Collins, Executive Committee member of Team Cummings and the ANC, who contested in District number 7, Messerado County. County Chair Jasper Woto, Maryland County. County Chair Roosevelt Human, Grand Creek County. County Chair Wellon Quay, River G County. County Chair Riverside T. Rufus Clark. County Chair Rosie M. Samavula, Great Cape Mo County. County Chair Bombing Samuel Cole. Dakamon Jakonyan SG Bon County. Victor Jar Bon County. Isaac Akua Youth Chair Bon County. Robert G. Green VCA Riverside County. Abraham Moore Riverside County SG. William Moore Deputy Campaign Manager Member Team Cummings Bon County. G. Lawrence Mason Vice Chair Operation Mesorado County. District. I will just run through the district very quickly because others will talk quick. We have from the various district, we have Mrs. Danetta B. Fala, Chair elected to 14, Madam Somba Zunoher, Adama Somba Zunoher, Nyafa D. Yafa, Youth Chair elected to 14, Harris Gater, Vice Chair 14, Abu Jabate, Vice Chair D12, Kevin Dikwe. But we have the names here, and I don't want to be disrespectful to the many persons who have come to endorse. I will state for the media record that the rest of the names will be placed in the media so that our friends who have come to endorse can be accommodated and will leave for here in time. Honorable Vice President in waiting, it is my distinguished pleasure that we are Honorable former Vice President and President in waiting, excuse me, that we are prepared to work with you in the trenches, and we have come from the great United States of America. You can see the award of partisan behind us. We are doing the endorsement in your presence now, in the absence like others do, and we'll move into the trenches to deliver on our goals. Mr. Vice President and current incoming President, please hand up our plane. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was the voice of the firebrand, Jonathan Tyler Doyato. So next we will call Team Chuchu. That is from Resania Dean. We contest that in district number 8, Monserrado County. When you hear disability, it's not inability. This is why we move.
Good afternoon to all. His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boyka, former Vice President and Standard Bearer of the United Party. Honorable Luther Tape, Chairman of the United Party. Please allow me to stand on existing protocol because of time and introduce myself. My name is Samuel Mawen Sumo Dean Sr., and I'm a former candidate of District number 8. I am also an activist and a human rights defender. Earlier when I came, I got investigated by the member of the team. They came to me and they said, Mr. Dean, are you from the CDC? And I said, yes. You know, in the second rounds of the 2017 election, I campaigned for the CDC. And at the time, we were wrong. We thought that Mr. Weah presented an alternative to deliver Liberia. but we were so wrong. And as the songwriter say, I would like to dwell on that and say, Papi, we are sorry, we made a mistake. I'm not really an orator, but I will say a few things. You know, under this administration, the rule of law is being jeopardized worse than ever in the Republic of Liberia. Our children are subjugated to the worst form of drug-induced psychosis. And there's something that the government is looking at with a non-caring attitude. It is even alleged that they import the drugs. As evidence in the $100 million drug that got swept under the rug, and the perpetrators were let free of charge. Then there's food security. We have so much arable land, and we cannot feed ourselves. It's a shame. It will take the grace of God and His Excellency Honorable Joseph Yuma Boyka to revive this country. And I don't have to tell you about persons with disabilities, especially the blind that are in ensuing traffic under the hot scorching sun, panhandling aggressively for their daily bread. Is this a poor administration or a poor-rich administration? We say enough is enough. We say let's rescue back Liberia and put it in the hands of the people who are competent and able to rescue our country. They said Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boyka has 40 years of experience and he did nothing and blah, 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 blah. My psychic reality says his 40 years of experience makes him the most competent person to rule Liberia. You know, repetition pays. And I look at my uncle and I see a kind, humble man who is very compassionate, has a strong human relationship, you know, adore service, and there can be no better leader to graduate Liberia to the 21st century than Honorable Joseph Yuma Boyka. So in this vein, I and persons with disabilities under my watch can rely on him to provide security, food, and education. I believe that he will make a great president that will unite, develop, and rescue Liberia and propel Liberia to its highest height. You know, President, we're all talking about higher height, right? He will propel Liberia to its highest height. That is why I and members of Team Chuchu and persons with disability endorse the Excellency Joseph Yuma Boyka to be the next president of the Republic of Liberia. Papi, like the songwriter said, I'm here with my whole heart. I want rock for you. I got my old pickup. I just need some little repairs, some food. So everywhere that is accessible, I will go there, me and my team, and we campaign for you and make sure that you become the next president of the Republic of Liberia. So that's my manifesto because of time. So the social policy document can be translated into law and deliver and rescue our country. Thank you.
you, thank you. As we go along, let's please watch the time. Our next president has so many time schedules. So next will be the Liberia Restoration Party under the flagship of Eastern Liberia, Honorable Allen R. Brown. Halle, 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 halle.
Our incoming president, my uncle, Honorable Joseph Yuman Boakai, my former political leader and current MOL political leader, Madam Makila Koba, the political leader, Yusuf, your fee, I want to recognize you, and the political leader of the Liberia Restoration Party, Honorable Allen Brown. It's a pleasure. And the fast political leader, Madam Luzbel Weir, and all of the National Executive Committee members of the Liberia Restoration Party, if you hear, please stand up. Thank you. Today is a significant day in the history of our country, and as the protocol goes, the Liberia Restoration Party is going to read an official statement from the National Executive Committee, and our political leader will give a remark. Okay? So thank you very much. We appreciate that, and we want you to cooperate with the party as we move forward. Thank you. The statement reads, Liberia Restoration Party, 18th Street, Gibson Avenue, Monrovia, Liberia, November 8, 2023. Statement of endorsement by the Liberia Restoration Party. Our country is at a crossroad. We must be intentional in our decision during this electionary period. We have come a long way. We have come a long way from where we started, and pray that God will see us through this difficult time because we trust in Him for the outcome of our decisions. The Liberia Restoration Party believe that there is a growing concern about our dear country's future, as we have seen how this government has conducted its things so far. Some issues that have overwhelmed us and our people cannot be limited to the following: insecurity, poor economic management, and the inability of a government to listen to the citizens as their employer, the rapid increase of drugs in our country without proper measure to curtail it, judicial malpractices, among others. These concerns have created extreme anxiety for our people, leading to several medical, economic, sociological challenges confronting our country. However, we are confident that Liberians are yearning for a true God-fearing leader who will lead them to fulfill their prophetic destination as a country. As a faith-based political movement, Liberia Restoration Party, we have prayerfully engaged the process and assessed the two candidates while considering all of the above challenges and the current status of our beloved Mama Liberia. Following a highly contested election on October 10, 2023, in which 20 candidates participated, where none could meet the 50% plus one of the entire vote, the National Election Commission declared two of the candidates qualify for the runoff election. Following the declaration of the runoff election, the National Executive Committee of the Liberia Restoration Party set up a committee to work with the two parties to review their platform for possible consideration for endorsement. The committee consulted with both the CDC and the Unity Party. And after this engagement, the committee realized that the Unity Party has similarity in vision, philosophy, and goals for Liberia. As such, the committee submitted to the Unity Party a statement of interest indicating the reason for which they will be willing to join them to rescue our country from the hands of evil. Based on the desire to acknowledge the following as listed below, that characterize the following: the love for God, the love for Liberia, the love for unity, the love for peace and prosperity. We believe that these areas are significant and must be reviewed by the rescue team of the Unity Party for possible consideration. Adding, the reformation of judicial system where there is total compliance of the rule of law, equal opportunity for all Liberians, and equal equity distribution, job creation, youth empowerment, women entrepreneurship program for disabled community, opportunity for albinos and senior citizens of our country. We also want to emphasize expansion of private sector development initiatives, giving loan to young entrepreneurs for small-scale businesses and investment opportunity for our people. We also look forward, Honorable Incoming President, to adequate health facility be constructed in each county, standard health care delivery services with state-of-the-art technology installed, modern postgraduate medical school be built in the field of studies for our country. The Liberia Restoration Party also want that our country be returned to God, because we believe there are a lot of disconnect in the way we conduct ourselves and the way we continue to live our life. There must be some level of consciousness, which is spiritual consciousness, for which we hope that you will take into consideration. We also want to see affordable educational opportunity for Liberians, construction and TVET programs in each county, standard and modern educational facility, affecting primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions. We want to see that. We also want to see road accessibility. Mr. President incoming. We also want to see road accessibility to all our capital cities within the country. Farm to market road, decentralization of public works within the country to ensure that they are maintained and sustained. We also want to ensure that the strengthening of anti-graft institutions be put in place to fight corruption, such as NSCC, GSC, IAA, GC, etc. and etc. We are also interested in agriculture. As a party, we believe that agriculture corporate be around the country established that can provide farmer small-scale investment and little banks nationwide to make Liberia self-sufficient in food production. We also want to ensure that the security sector is reformed for better security for our country. Mr. Incoming President, and we also want to ensure that you prevent electoral irregularity that involve trunking, ballot stuffing, that people have continued to use to make decisions for district of individuals out of the way of the people that live in the district. It must stop, it must come to an end to make Liberia a better place. And we also want to ensure that you reinforce the Decentralization Act of Liberia, and Liberia cannot be only in Monrovia but around the country. Therefore, we, the members of the National Executive Committee, Executive Council, and partisans of the Liberia Restoration Party, having prayerfully assessed these issues and all the relevant issues that continue to affront us as a nation, have today's November 8, 2023, resolved to endorse the candidacy. Can we say? To endorse the candidacy of our father, our uncle, our grandpa, Ambassador Joseph Newman Borkai, Sr., and Honorable Jeremiah Cole of the Rescue Team of the Unity Party as the next president and vice president for the Republic of Liberia come October 14. We therefore sign the Executive Committee this 8th day of November AD 2003 in the city of Monrovia with Samesa. We endorse you as a party. God bless you. My political leader will make a statement. God bless
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please have a seat. Thank you. The standard bearer of the Unity Party, party chairman, alliance partners, executive, and members of the Liberia Restoration Party present, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Liberians, all protocols observed. In the face of today's global landscape, where promise and despair seem to intermingle, we are reminded that we stand on precious ground. With each presidential election, we are afforded a golden chance to shape our destiny through the democratic process. As I survey the world with its conflicts and hotspots, Ukraine, Syria, Israel and Gaza, parts of the Middle East and Africa, and the China-Taiwan tensions, it becomes evident that peace is the world's most precious commodity. And it is an asset that often demands a steep price. In our pursuit of peace. The choice is very clear. Inclusion and coexistence, or exclusion and non-existence. That's the choice before us today if we want to progress and build a democratic nation. And we do, and we can. We are dedicated to peace, inclusivity, and the spiritual rejuvenation of our nation. Our commitment to these principles transcend domestic politics and calls for deepened dialogue with our international partners, the United States of America, the United Kingdom, the European Union, the United Nations, and our African allies, including Nigeria, South Africa, the African Union, ECOWAS, as well as our neighboring countries, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Ivory Coast. This is where the world is with respect to peace. And if we want peace, we must constantly consult and engage with our allies. I know the former Vice President of Liberia and standard bearer of the Unity Party, Ambassador Joseph Waika, our incoming president. He is a man of peace. He is a man of inclusivity. He's a family man. He is a God-fearing man. Ambassador Waika, we humbly submit to you to lead with tremendous compassion, patience, and forgiveness. When that time comes, we urge you to reach out to those who may not have endorsed you. It doesn't matter. Unity and peace is our concern. So that together we can build Liberia. We may have policy differences with them, but we are not enemies. And a house divided against itself cannot stand.
That's true.
As we look forward to a new chapter, we must also address the pressing challenges at home. The drug pandemic is something that we have to look at, because if you destroy the youth of a nation, you have destroyed that nation. We must fiercely protect the rights of women, ensuring that crimes such as rape and other violent offenses are met with the full force of justice. Let's also remember our citizens in the diaspora who would like to come home and formulate a policy that will help them to relocate. We envisage a Liberia where children can reclaim their innocence. Let them be innocent when they ought to be innocent. Growing up in an environment of love, integrity, responsibility, and discipline. Let these be the hallmarks of our community. And where our infrastructure and technological advancements are built not just for 5 billion people, but with the foresight of a nation with 50 million people. As we endorse a path of faith at home and abroad, we ask all Liberians to join us in this noble endeavor. We are not just running a campaign. We are building a covenant for the future of our youth and children. We stand here today honored to work with you, respecting you. Long live Liberia. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Going forward, let's please take cognizance of the time. And you know we have many from our political parties here, but we will just be taking only a speaker from each political party so as to save time for others to speak as well. At this point, we'll take endorsement statement for not more than 2 minutes from the New Liberia Party. And that will be done by its chairman, Honorable Rachel Hall, National Chairman of the New Liberia Party.
Your Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma Barker, incoming President of the Republic of Liberia, and all other political leaders of other parties, Honorable Luther Tappet, Chairperson of the Unity Party, and all other chairpersons of political parties here, the executive committee members of the New Liberia Party, members of the Folk Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, we as the New Liberia Party come before you inspired by one common mission. And that mission is arrest, which the standard bearer of the Unity Party has spoken of, most often on national television and national radio. And this is a great vision which we, as the New Liberia Party, are in line with. Arrest talk about agricultural system. Improving our agricultural system will bring back growth and more food production for Liberia. The like of the BCADP, LCDP, and the NCADP, which we work on. We can still bring those agricultural sector back, and it will boost our agricultural performance. The pavement of roads cannot be emphasized. If you travel out of Liberia to other countries, you see that they have gone far beyond what we have. And when you come back at the Roberts International Airport, you feel dejected. Just 2 weeks ago, I was in Southern Africa and I came back and I landed at the Roberts International Airport and the grass had overtaken that airport and I was like, this is my country. But we believe that with arrest, we can do better, you can do both. We can improve our country. We can never give up on our own country, Liberia. The educational system, the E, we can improve. Not just by paying wire fees or other fees, but if we pay the minimum wage for teachers and for parents who are working, I believe they can be able to pay their own WAS and wire fees. The S talk about sanitation. Today, if you drive through the city of Monrovia, right here in Johnson Road, before one of the churches, there's direct power there. All across Monrovia, like there's no city government. I mean, we can't continue to live like this. We need to take back this country and clean it like what it used to be. Tourism, the T stands for tourism. We have 43% of the Upper Guinean forest. Liberia make up 43% of the Upper Guinean forest. We have places and sights and sound across Liberia that can be developed into a potential tourism hub that can give us money. We can tap into the carbon market. Sierra Leone, right close by, is now enjoying the benefit of the carbon market. Indonesia just received $1 billion for carbon. a lot of countries. We can do the same. We have a huge forest. But sad to say, the indigenous people in Bapolu, Kipmau, Sino, the roads are left undone and the forest resources have been exploited. With you, Ambassador Bwaka, and a rescue team and us coming on board, we can do more. We must remember today that it is not our race, not our religion, nor our ethnicity that binds us together. What binds us together today is our common commitment to freedom, to justice, the right for all, the respect for rule of law. Those are the things that must bind us together as a people.
Speak, John, speak!
Today, we stand before you to endorse the manifesto of the Unity Party, the rescue team, and the rescue mission. We join the rescue train all the way to Harbour, up to Lofa, and wherever the train will take us. We say thank you for allowing us to join the train, and to the executive committee members of the new Liberia Party, and those who may have disagreed with us to join the rescue team. We say it is not too late to also join us. We are not enemies in this endeavor, we are partners. I will use this opportunity and time to campaign likewise to call on all partisans of the new Liberia Party under the sound of my voice and the executive committee member to go out camp November 14th. Vote Honorable Joseph Yuma Bwakai. Vote the Unity Party. Vote number 1. Thank you and God save the state.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. You know, there is one ardent campaigner of the Unity Party in Lofa County. They call him, thank you very much. He said, go and vote number 1. Anything under it are invalid vote. So November 14, we're voting number 1. Any other thing down there that invalid vote. Next we will take statement of endorsement from the standard bearer of the Rebuilders Party, and that would be the Honorable Luther Yofi.
Because of time, we are not going to read any prepared statement. Rather, we are going to submit our prepared statement at an appointed time. Okay, let me to quickly introduce a few of our officers who have accompanied us on this journey. The Vice Standard Bearer, Anthony Druinas, Pearson, in the day on the meeting. Our party chairman, Anthony Ina, the Secretary General of this party, the Philip Nimen, is also somewhere in the back. Ambassador Joseph Yuma Bwaka, the incoming president, the Reverend Dr. Luther Tape, Chairman of the Rescue Mission, and all other standard bearers at this occasion. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol and deliver our short message. Today is a great day in the existence of the Liberia Party, the Rebuilders. And today is a great day because we are about to initiate a patriotic duty on behalf of our country and the people of this noble country. Because it is without Agwendu or this petition that the Liberian people have spoken with a prodigious and stupendous voice that a political wave of transition have blown in the Republic of Liberia, that we see the ascendancy of His Excellency, Ambassador Joseph Newman Walker, ascending the balcony of the leadership of this noble country to divest those unprepared people and rescue us from backwardness and economic degradation. The Liberian people have spoken with an unequivocal voice that the Unity Party is the best suited party to rescue this nation from backwardness and political degradation. Therefore, the Liberia Party has come unconditionally and without any stupor to pledge our unflinching and unconditional support to the Unity Party and to the rescue team, because today we find ourselves at the bank of the Red Sea, where the Liberian people are crying for deliverance. But praise be to God that He has sent another Moses in the person of His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Newman Walker to rescue this country, and because of that, we have no other alternative but to join the rescue train to ensure that the Republic of Liberia is put on the proper trajectory for political advancement and the movement of our people. So with all much ado, the Ambassador, we endorse your political ambition and that of the Unity Party, and we will stand by you side by side and go into the trenches and into the nook and crannies of this country to ensure that the rescue team prevail at the end of the day, because when the rescue team prevails, we all prevail. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You know, while the Liberia Restoration Party was doing its endorsement, we witnessed the arrival of the standard bearer of the Liberia First Movement, the Honorable Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate. So next statement of endorsement will be done by the head of EC of the Greater Action Party, Honorable Thomas O. Walker, Greater Action Party.
His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Newman Walker, Standard Bearer of the Party, Senator Jeremiah Kwan in his absence, Vice Standard Bearer of November 18, 2023, to endorse the manifestos of the Unity Party of Liberia and its leadership in regards to the November 4th, 2023 presidential runoff. Your Excellencies, Ambassador Joseph Newman Walker, President in waiting, Senator Jeremiah Kwan, Vice President in waiting, the Chairman and official of the Unity Party, and other emerged political parties and manifold Liberians here present. The Greater Action Party of Liberia is a political organization and established under the governing laws of the Republic of Liberia with established leadership within 15 political subdivisions coupled with cells and auxiliaries. Honorable Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, we are cognizant of the aim and objectives of the Unity Party and for which it stands. the developmental initiatives of Liberia and its inhabitants, the people to be specific. It is a serious concern for everyone who witnessed our deadly, unfriendly dark days that kept us behind time. Today, we have our country polluted with disadvantaged youth and young adults at the detriment of wicked people who enrich themselves by way of infusing substances in our country. Look at a country that is older than the Republic of Liberia. Now, Liberia is older than 100 years. No better health facilities and medicine, lack of job opportunities, poor living conditions, people living with traumatic stresses, poor education system, poor water, sanitations, and electricity systems, and hatred without reconciliation, among other things. We, the Greater Action Party of Liberia, have come to join hands with the Unity Party and all other political parties who endorsed earlier in order to rescue Mama Liberia. Honorable Ambassador, we are witnesses to your integrity and lifestyle and the vibrant determinations and commitment you have to shape our beloved native land. When you served as Vice President of President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, there were tremendous contributions and efforts of you that have the Sirleaf government successful. And we believe you can do more than that if we elect you as the next President of Liberia. We have no doubt about your performances and tolerance in dealing with national issues and allegations. A leader with mindset will listen to people's views, whether negative or positive, and act accordingly. And that is who you are, Mr. Ambassador. We know under the Barca and current government, Liberia will be a better place to live. A country that will attract tourists, international partners, and investors across the world. As such, we, the National Executive Committee of the Greater Action Party of Liberia, is here to endorse your presidential bid. Hence, not only to endorse you people, but to amalgamate forces for human approach towards the process. With that, we all can rescue Mama Liberia. Finally, today, as we submit this resolution, you can rest assured of our commitment in the process. Whether rain or shine, vehemently, the Greater Action Party of Liberia is going to stand by you in this process, and together we all will be a formidable force for a victory in the November 2023 presidential runoff. His Excellency, the Chairman and officials of the Unity Party, UP, all other political parties present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, your acceptance will never be left in oblivion, but will form a proportional of the chronicles of the Greater Action Party of Liberia. God bless you, God bless our native land, and God bless Liberia. Thank you. Are you ready? Let me see you in circle. Everybody circle.
Thank you. On Tuesday, it is 56.16% of Liberia forces the harmonization government. It is Liberia for the budget surplus, but no salary coming on time. Next, for statement of endorsement will be done by the Secretary General of the African Liberation League, former Student General, and Chairman of the Tripartite Section of the Vanguard Student Education Party, Africa.
want to bless God for the gift of life for every one of us. Giving us the opportunity to be here alive, to have the opportunity to discuss critical issues of our country. I move straightly to my statement. Our distinguished young party leader and deputy young party leader in absentia, the chairman and all members of the National Policy Council, our hard-working county chairpersons and all county management team, our dynamic candidates, supporters of the African Liberation League, all throughout the land and breadth of our nation, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Human Parker, affectionately called Rescue One, stand-up bearer of the Unity Party, His Excellency Honorable Jeremiah Banco, affectionately called Rescue 2, Vice stand-up bearer of the Unity Party, the chairman, leaders, and all members of the Unity Party, heads and representatives of all collaborating political institutions, distinguished representatives and senators-elect, eminent individuals, rescuers of different kinds and with different responsibilities, members of the folk estates, my fellow Liberians. Let me begin by referencing the preamble of our social democratic compact, which provides not only a clear understanding for our existence as party, but also present a deep insight about our undying motivation and revolutionary duty as selfless soldiers of the people's struggle. We, the citizens of the Republic of Liberia, a nation founded 800 years ago to be a beacon of hope and life for Africa, acknowledging our devotion to God for His continual mercies, guardians, protection, and providence as we seek to reach our dream destiny of social, economic, political, and cultural prosperity, affirming our commitment and avowed belief in the tenets of democracy as the most acceptable and suitable system of governance embraced by the people of Liberia and as reflected in its Republican form, reflecting Liberia's global, pan-African, and sub-regional commitment as one of the catalysts for fulfilling the social democratic aspiration of the approached by the abhorrent injustices of the past and present, injustices accumulated coming to alter this party through a political organization that is owned, governed, administered, managed, and operated by its members and not by a few individuals, convinced that a political party so established its action, attitude, character, conduct, decisions, broad understanding of the problems inhibiting the social, economic, political, and cultural transformation and advancement of Liberia. Social democratic idea, principles, and values. Inspired by our own consciousness, the responsibility of our generation, and the urgency required in addressing the concerns, needs, and problems of Liberia, and reaffirming our pledge to pursuing the aspirations for building a wholesome, functioning society in which the rights of all citizens are guaranteed. Now, therefore, in view of the aforesaid, the African Liberation League was established. It was established to serve as an ideal platform that accords all the opportunity to contribute to the struggle of self-redemption of the Liberian masses. As a young party or fearless of the enormous difficulties and challenges associated with electoral processes, decided not to maintain or neutrality as did by other political parties, but to fervently pursue the achievability of its vision, creating a socially, economically, politically, and culturally prosperous and unified nation, succeeding by excelling in performance. In any reasonable mind, this can only be possible through the attainment of the presidency of the Republic of Liberia in a democratic process. It was this belief that led to our party to put forth a presidential ticket in the first round of the presidential election. During the final result pronouncement of the general presidential elections on the fateful 24th day of October of this year, it was crystal clear that no party obtained absolute majority, 51 plus 1, 50% plus 1, excuse me. As such, the two parties who received the greatest number of votes on the first ballot were designated to participate in a runoff election as provided by Article 83, Section B of the 1986 Constitutional Republic of Nigeria. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in all legal democratic fairness, as we all know, 18 of the 20 participating political parties, including the African Liberation League, are not able to partake in a runoff election starting from November 14. Next Tuesday, except the Liberia Party and the CDC, who received the highest in the first round. In another one, the UP and the CDC are both qualified to contest the presidential runoff election. However, the leadership of the African Liberation League being fully cognizant of our shared responsibility as patrons to invent a new Liberia of hope for all people, for our people, a society that accords equal opportunity for all the tribes, where progress is measured by the well-being and success of all, especially the disenfranchised, the marginalized, physically challenged people, as well as our girls and women convene an urgent session of its executive members. During this meeting, a decision was reached to engage all parties in a runoff in an effort of ascertaining fact of institutional policy alignment if there was any between our party and either the UP and the CDC. This was an opportunity for the two parties to make their case. Distinguished leaders, as we all know, there will be necessary words and adequate to express the horrible experiences during our encounter with the negotiating team of the CDC. Even though we found none of the applied policies, lifestyle of members, history of government to be aligned with the agenda of our party in all fairness. Today, we are here to fulfill a sacred mandate of our party. The mandate is to convey a clear message to the Unity Party and all Liberians here and abroad that now is the time to let go our parochial and selfish agenda and reconsolidate our forces as opposition back. Effectively, to confront the more determined forces of evil who are bent on destroying every fabric of our Liberian society. This is a mission. This is a mission to clearly rescue the whole population. A total pursuit for the redemption of our nation, because the battle is a battle between the good and the evil. A battle for life and death. And there should be no time for murmuring, disputing, selfishness among us as patriots. There is no time for neutrality, because silence sometimes means betrayal. At this critical juncture, I want to declare that on behalf of the full leadership of the African Liberation League, we hereby endorse the candidacy of the Red Scrutiny headed by His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Numa Walker and His Excellency Jeremiah Pagom for the presidential and vice presidential respectively in the ensuing presidential runoff election. This decision was unanimously reached by the full leadership of the African Liberation League, constituting the full composition of the National Policy Council, the equivalent of any political party National Executive Committee. Distinguished rescuers and members, it is an undeniable reality. It is an undeniable reality that the African Liberation League has emerged as a party suggesting an alternative platform for all Liberians who believe in a brighter future for Liberia through the Unity Party-led administration. The party wishes that UP dedicates to championing political, economic, and social justice with the ultimate goal of supporting a system that creates a prosperous and equal society that benefits all citizens. All aims of supporting Unity Party in this runoff election is for UP to lead inclusive and progressive agenda that will drive the much needed transformation of Liberia. However, the first crucial step toward progress after the victory is unity. In order for Liberia to move forward from its painful history and past hurts, Liberia must find the courage and determination to mend the wounds of past and the one created as a result of political party maneuvering. Unity Party must prevail, transcending ethnic and religious differences if we must forge ahead as a nation. Liberia needs all Liberians wherever and at all levels to be a part of this transformational agenda. And together, we believe that Liberians can transform Liberia. You are aware that Liberia is faced with many insecurities ranging from physical, food, job, health, education, and others. These insecurities need to be addressed in real time. Liberia is also faced with climate insecurity. This is the clarion call to duty to all supporters and to all well-meaning Liberians. In conclusion, it is often said from Christian teaching that during the days of old, when idolatry was prevalent among the children of Israel, the whole population of the ancient Jewish formed pleasure in rebelling against God. The Bible said that Joshua, the leader, but then called together all the people of the land and told them in the book of Joshua 24 verse 15, choose today whom ye may serve. As for me and my household, we choose to serve the Lord. Lastly, and today here this question is reposted for you all. In this period of uncontrollable greed, chronic corruption and partisanship that has consumed our leadership, with the high level of secret killings of our loved ones and the destruction of the young generation through drug addiction, what do you vote for? Development and integrity, or corruption and push? As for me and my household, we choose Ambassador Joseph Yuma Baka, the next president of the Republic of Liberia. Thank you. So West Part of it is saying we should call for debate between SG Carlos Ellison and the SG for opposite Lone Star, the 17th SG. Thank you. So we will now take statement of endorsement from the United Independent Democrat to be read by Honorable Andrew Nelson Yancey. Let's please take cognizance of the time, please.
Thank you. Thank you, my reader. I'm able to stand on the existing protocol as I go through what I would describe as the business for Liberia. My fellow Liberians, as you stand on this podium today, we are aware that Liberia is at a crossroads and standing on the slippery slope with peace and agony, crying loudly for sons and daughters and asking the question, where is my rescuer and who is there to rescue me? At a critical period in our country's history, we are calling on all our brothers and sisters to join us to write our own page in the history books of our country by joining the rescue mission to rescue Liberia from this bad state of leadership to the state where you and I can be comfortable to live in a society that we can call our own. We in the United Independent Democrat have seen firsthand gross abuse of power highlighted by this government, the inaptitude in government, and the urgency to stand, to fight the menace, to rescue our country can no longer be a single responsibility. But we are calling on every patriotic Liberian to join in this fight to rescue Liberia with a combination force that we can stand by this and be able to move Liberia forward. To revive a nation that has suffered brutal civil war emanating from greed for power, lawlessness, and complete breakdown of society, and the grave corruption perpetrated upon our country by selfish and wicked, harmful people with power, greed, and blood-sucked, unfortunate failures of the past leaders, government to maximize the movement, and the positive steps, failure to take the positive steps to identify, repair, rebuild, and rebuild the vibrant society of our country, led the formation of the United Independent Democrats to utilize the vacuum created to seize the opportunity to enter the mainstream politics of our country with the strongest conviction that Liberia will rise again. As we stand here with the rescue team today, my fellow citizens, we are all witness of another failed leadership in our country. A leadership that has brought in power a group of people who P.L. Luruma described as unscrupulous looters on an industrial level. These people have honored their own stewardship. Have not just looted our country, but have also looted some of the finest brains of our country. Today, the rest of it becomes uninvestigated and they have become unaccounted. If you can loot your own country finances and you stand to loot your own people, what kind of person are you? Your Excellency, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boaka, we brief these narratives that Liberia is depending on you. We know you in the UID. We have learned of you. We have heard of you. We come here to trust you, that your records are impeccable, alive and unmatched. We trust you. And we believe indeed that you are the man fit for this movement. We therefore submit for your consideration the below points which we already agree with you. That raw productivity cannot be overemphasized. The rule of law cannot be overemphasized. But we want to add that just not by the rule of law, but revise the rule of law in this country, by putting in preventive measures in the judicial system, so that there should be rehabilitations to tackle the present day reality for thousands of our brothers that are languishing in street corners in our country, finding and crying for who to be able to take them for the life of degradation. We also want to emphasize health care for them. The health care should emphasize on mental, we want to talk about mental clinical. In our mental clinical analysis, we will talk about how we can be able to restore those guys that are in the street. The issue of the people that are in the street today cannot be long overemphasized. We had a situation where we measured up. The last time we checked, they said that there were 25,000 in this country. And we were asking, if 35,000 of these people go and sit down in one of the counties, they will produce a senator, they will produce representatives, and we'll have to deal with them. The best thing to do is to be able to revive this society so that these people can be useful citizens. We want to talk about education. For education, we are recommending an educational task force that will be mandatory, that for college students to do 1 year of national service, so that when you come from, when you are graduated with a degree, you will not be able to, you will not ask you for job experience. You will already have at least 1 year job experience to enter the job market. Having said that, we refer to you as the savior of our nation. In times like this, when UID have come together to be able to see Liberia moving forward, and the way to go is to go to JNB. Now, therefore, my fellow compatriots, distinguished fathers, official members of the UID, we do hereby endorse Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boaka and Jeremiah K. Koo for President and Vice President October 14, 2023. Give up on our hands and seal Andrew Nelson Yansepai on behalf of our executive committee, United Independent Democrats. God bless you. God bless you.
Are you ready? Get ready for Pata. Get ready for Pata. Get ready for Pata. Get ready for Pata.
Thank you. Because there is another program that the State of Bureau needs to be to Imam Bakri. All other statements of endorsement will be presented, and our rescue queen has assured me that she will ensure that the State Bureau goes through all of them so as to be up to speed with it. So all others who have been called, you are just to make a statement of endorsement, not going through your full text for not more than 1 minute 30 seconds, please. So the next group of people will call through the work of our newly elected representative from district number 5, Honorable Priscilla Avan-Kopa. She managed to get over 9 candidates to endorse the rescue mission who contested in District 5 and District 6. Honorable Samuka Kone will now make a statement on behalf of these candidates.
Unity Party, distinguished guests, members of political parties, and all representatives from the various groups. Well, on behalf of the candidates, the representative candidates, due to the time factor, we've been made to understand that the president have another engagement. So therefore, we're going to cut the whole thing short. I will now call on the former representative candidate of electoral district 5 and 6. Number 1, Princess Erito Ross from Fox. Number 2, Honorable Melvin K. Tobo, People Unification Party. Number 3, Honorable Sumo Akwe from London. Honorable Alice Kona, LPP. Of course, Honorable Samuka Kona from All Liberia Coalition Party. Honorable Tabat Kova, LPP, Electoral District 5, 6, also Rado County. Okay. Sorry. Number 4, Honorable Alexander Shua. Well, we have a lot to say, but due to the time, we are not given the chance. There's no chance now for us to talk. Therefore, we're going to cut it short. Others say incoming president. So many speakers been here, but we say, Mr. President. On behalf of the former representative of Electoral District 5 and 6, we
are here to endorse the Unity Party and make sure that we will not only compete in electoral district 5 and 6, but rather throughout the length and the breadth of this country. There's nothing more to say. It's just that